Welcome everyone to Stardew Dreamland. Today I am going to show you how to make kind of an easy way to earn recurring $500,000 in Stardew Valley. It's pretty straightforward. It's a little resource intense, but once you get everything up and running, it literally prints money. There's maybe takes 3 in-game hours or 4 in-game hours to get everything done. And so once it's set up, I have not had to worry about money since I got this even kind of halfway set up and was in half production, because it makes so much money every time. But anyway, the first step is you're gonna want to plant ancient fruit. You can do star fruit, but star fruit's kind of a hassle because you have to replant it once you pick it. And ancient fruit just is kind of a resource like corn or something like that, where you could harvest it over and over and over, and you don't have to replant it, which saves a little bit of hassle. And I don't mind taking the price cut. I don't think it's much. I think the ancient fruit wine, when it's iridium, sells for quite a bit, like 4,600. So I mean, 46 or 56, it's kind of all the same at this point. It's more money than you could possibly need at this stage of the game, especially where money becomes less and less of an issue as you get deeper and deeper into the dungeons. But anyway, so just grab all of these ancient fruit berries and then, the other thing I was going to touch on is the sprinkler setup that you choose should take as little space as you can, so that you kind of maximize the fruit output. The more fruit, the more money you make at the end of the season. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. Then we'll go into the first shed, and the first shed has all of the barrels that the wine is produced in. I have 2 sheds total. I believe it's about 100 barrels each. So they produce quite a bit of wine. And the wine is quite valuable even before we take it down to the cellar. It's worth about 1,600. So it's even at this stage it's super valuable, but we can just kind of compound the value by letting it age in casks, and I'll show you that step once we get there. These you can put anywhere. These kegs, I had them all over my house. I kind of have a pretty large house. I think I have almost all the upgrades, but I found that this is just easier to manage, just doing 2 of these sheds and just throwing all of the barrels in the sheds. The casks, on the other hand, you cannot do that. They have to go into your cellar. They don't unlock, or at least cannot be placed anywhere except for the cellar. So, and cellar is, I think I locked the cellar after maybe year 3 or 4, so it takes some time to get there. But now you'll head back into the house and then go down. This is the cellar, and then this is where all the casks are for the ancient fruit wine. So as I said before, you could sell it as is, but once you do this, it kind of, especially if you have the artisan perk, it really it kind of compounds the value of each bottle quite a bit. So, and I would say if you're going to do this, I would do the artisan perk. I believe it gives you a 40% buff to value. So when you're dealing with, $400,000 worth of wine or $350,000 worth of wine, it makes a big difference when you're selling this kind of quantity for sure. The other thing I would say is leave yourself space. You can fit more casks in here, but I found that any more than this amount, it was getting too difficult to move around and kind of do this all effectively. So I would say take your time on planning it out to try to maximize it. It doesn't really matter. I mean, they're all, anytime you get above, 90 maybe, you're doing pretty well for yourself. But I would just say plan it out so it's easy to get in, easy to get out, and easy to get all of the barrels or the bottles of wine out of the casks, because I had it set up where it was kind of a maze, and I think it fit 2 or 3 more casks than I have it set up now. But it just absolutely was not worth the headache of spending 6 minutes trying to weave my way out of a maze, basically. So that is the whole production of the wine. Looks like we got 111 total, which is pretty good. Pretty good. And then I also just started a little cheese operation because the cheese takes one day, the wine takes 3 seasons, 3 seasons plus 5 days. So I just do this as in the interim to kind of generate if I need something here or there. I can do that, and the cheese is a halfway decent source of income, especially if I need to buy hay or something like that. It does okay. Uh, as I said, I don't really stress about money because the wine just produces so much money every time you do this. It's just an immense amount, more than you could spend probably in the game. So all I put was the wine and cheese in there, and we'll see what we get once we sleep and figure out what our total take was. But I imagine it's going to be quite a bit, and we will see right now. So it looks like the total was 522,000, which I think is a pretty good haul. I think um, you could add stuff here and there to max it a little bit more, but I think just trying to min-max too much kind of ruins the fun. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.